if I hand them over the high quality one, I'll make a lot of... that is a fair step up. I'll make a fair chunk of extra money. Well, I'll get a fair chunk extra, but okay, let's see. What is this quest even called? Auroch Star. Yeah, I'll get a fair bit extra, but I'm not sure if it's enough to justify not trying to auction that shield. We'll just give him a normal one. Steel in hand. But yeah, I'm just not sure if the extra reward will be enough to justify not just auctioning it. Seriously? Well, you're worth fuck all, apparently. That's disappointing. Need too goddamn many of them. I need to put stuff up here. Okay. 26998. Why can't I? It's spirit bound to me? Maybe that's it? You used to go for a fair chunk, but suddenly there's a massive price drop. Here, we'll just say 8,000. It's what it went for previously, once upon a time. Probably won't happen again, but oh well. Oh, actually. Achievements. Last 5. What were they? Complete all main scenario quests. So, watch this current area. Approaching completion. Huh. I get one more commendation, I'll get the title Heart of the Party. Convert 10 soul-bound items into materia. Didn't realize I'd done any. So anyway, I'm gonna actually call this here for a bit. I'm gonna go have some Rolos. Back in a bit. Hello, folks. And I'm back. I'm kinda tired now, so I'm not sure how long I'll be back for, but I feel more witted than I was previously. I felt, been kinda out of it last time I was recording. That's why I've just felt so zoned out. Finally. Okay. Really hoping something would have sold by now. Well, I suppose none for it. Let's actually keep doing that. Let's head to Revenant's Toll. Okay, I got two people to report here. Actually need to get some editing done as well. Instance area Mordana 1. Need to get WoW Classic edited. There's a few things here. Outlandish man. An Ul'dah man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which may be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Unless I'm very much mistaken, you're the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Drom'Karen Teldros himself. Amazing. And we're more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. But recently received word of a truly unique opportunity. You see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward no less than accumulating knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. But there's a little danger to a storied hero such as you. A man with absolute confidence in his own ability stands to profit handsomely from an adventure. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The dark discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of curiosity, I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros as Saint Coinarch's find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to cross the threshold. To march across the threshold. There's a few here, like Christ. Blood for stone. The daughters of Ishgard have a wintry gaze, but Faline looks upon you with something very like favor, alloyed with a certain urgency. As a good adventurer for a cause most just. Are you not Drom'Karen? Ha! I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief in the night. At the stone vigil. The dragons guarded their keep jealously, it said, and yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. 'Twill not be their keep much longer, however. Forces of Ishgard amassed by the sea of clouds. Now this is for yours only, but the blockade is but a prelude to an attack. Lord Dromond commands the siege, and he would have your counsel. I am but one of many who seeks you at his behest. You must be a man of rare quality. The proud knights of Durndar are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking, outside help. Ishgard is the cradle air I breathe, and I yearn to see the stone vigil reclaimed from the Dravonian horde. We will not go to the Wiper in front and aid Lord Dromod. This is for hard mode iteration of it. Also, that name, Alice? I swear I've seen that on a character before, in something else. The model doesn't seem anyway familiar. Could just be in the name. There's two. Alice would like to introduce you to someone. Your reputation precedes you, I'm correct. In fact, it is for that reason that I'd like to introduce you to someone. That minstrel at the end of the bar wandered in here the other day, he said that he was seeking inspiration for a new ballad, so that only adventure your distinction could provide. Who's better than the man who saved the world to give this minstrel the stories he seeks, eh? You're a gentleman, I say. Alice would ask you to speak with its troubled patron. Well, if it isn't Dromkaren, just the adventure I was hoping to see. Do you know the blacksmith Eganolf? He's quite an accomplished craftsman. In fact, anyone who's had dealings with Rowena is sure to have come across his creations. It's always been a pleasure to have him as a regular here at the Seventh Heaven, but he's been quite irritable of late, practically drowning in his cups besides. For his recent work, or perhaps lack thereof, may have something to do with it. This may be a trifling matter to someone as travelled as yourself, but it means so much to me if you could speak with him. I can think of no one better to offer him a word or tree of encouragement. This unlocks a hard mode raid. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. It ever shall primal desires burn. Two swords shall vie to lay them low. A blade born of light, and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. Least you wonder, these are words of Archon Ul'dah. While not written as poetry, I find poetry within them nonetheless. Years ago, when I arrived in this land, I was beset with peril day and night, forced to endure countless trials which tested my mind, my body, and my fate. I'm not ashamed to admit that I would have faltered had it not been for the help of a handful of nameless adventurers, honest men and women who proffered a hand of friendship to a weary soul and led him safe from the darkness. When I look upon you, I am reminded of them. I can tell that you are well travelled and possess both consistency and character. Constancy? It's not consistency, it's constancy and character. You're a man of the adventuring profession, yes? I seek a valiant hero whose deeds might serve as inspiration. I reason to believe I have found him. Alas, was it not you, after all, was it not you who faced Gaius van Belsar and his Allagan weapon? You must tell me everything that happened. May narrate a single detail, I beg of you. Truly a tale worthy of legend, and so eerily matches the writings of Archon Ul'dah. Two blades shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light, and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. The Black Wolf's conqueror was bred to rule through might, and the weapon was key to his ambitions. Yet in the end, the people of Eorzea entrusted their fate to a brilliant blade, the Warrior of Light. A rather fitting moniker, in my humble opinion. Thank you. At last I found the inspiration I sought. A battle to decide the fate of a realm. The words, the notes, I can feel them coming together. Your tale, Dromkaren, Taldros, your song. From an era long forgotten, a blade of midnight drawn, from a distant land uncharted, a hero who bears the dawn. Ultimo's Bane, ballad composed. So we now have hard mode Ultima to do. As far as I know, that's what it is. Huh. You can do daily roulette trials, but need average item level 90. High-end trials. Minstrel's Ballad, Ultima's Bane. Inspired by only 15? Oy. Inspired by tales of your victory over the ultimate weapon, the Wandering Minstrel came to Revenant's Toll. The Wandering Minstrel come to Revenant's Toll. Never came whatever. Has composed an epic ballad in your honor, or as minstrels are wont to do, he's embellished certain details for dramatic effect. Although it can hardly be considered an accurate retelling, it cannot deny his skill with words. As you listen to his melodious voice, you find yourself reliving the events of that fateful day in the Praetorium. And so this plays out in a much different manner. Or at least it's a harder fight, I'm not sure. One way or the other. I will probably touch it at some stage. Oh. What's the issue with this one? I actually haven't done normal mode, the Sunken Temple of Quarren yet, so I can't go do hard mode iteration of it. Out of sight, out of mind. Ugobert of Redmond's told news he would share in the strictest of confidence. Ooh, better stop the recording. I've seen more and more visitors to this God's forsaken place lately, most of them battle-hardened types seeking a worthy test of their mettle. I trust that I might count you among them. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but word has it that Copperbell mines are looking not unlike the eighth hell in recent days. Some torches would have us believe they have matters under control, but a minor acquaintance of mine would beg to differ. He says the torches have proven far more adept at quelling rumours than Hecadonters, if you catch my drift. I have no idea how to say that. Why do I betray this knowledge to you? I fear for my friend's life. Mine own as well, should those hulking monstrosities break free to the surface. If it sounds you seek, what say you accidentally find your way to Copperbell and profit your services? Ugobert has word of great deeds being done at Ul'dah, and would share with you the tales of triumph. An adventurer who can hold his own in battle. It just so happens I've gotten word of a new challenge for one of your talents. Requires a bit of travel and a dash of heroics, but it'll be worth your while. Eastern Townland's lovely this time of year. You've heard of the training grounds at Hawatati, I'll wager. Place fell into disuse after the calamity, but some adventurer or another put it to rights. Its owners aim to train gladiators and adventurers once more, just as in the old days. A little paint, a little mass burial, and now the place is ready to take on challengers. If you're at all keen on the notion, go and talk to my friend Artel down there. He'll get you in the door. Christ, there's so many here. As Belzal guides you from its corner, you get the impression that he's a dangerous task in mind. You're drunk around Aldros, by the onion. The very man I seek at Derwit's behest. How do I know the pot banger? Well, we trained together in the Culinarians Guild. He has a place in Casa del Sol now, the Flying Shark. Not the sharpest knife in the block is addressed to the daft, but he's loyal. He's got a friend out there by the name of Wiskekt, and he seems to be in need of your help. What do you say you go look him up, eh? Bozog has a satisfied look of a man who's found what he seeks. You're Drumker and Teldros, by the onion. Trying to make this a catchphrase. I was hoping you'd come by. I've got a message from an old friend of mine. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's all confidential business, so I can't give you its name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'll recognize him. And he wrote him at liberty to divulge any more. If you have mind to take on the task, head over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Denston. That's not my friend, mind you, but one of his men. I was wondering how I was going to do the task if you couldn't tell me anything. Bozog is a favour to ask of you on behalf of an old friend. By the onion, you're Drumkaren. You couldn't come at a better time. I'm still trying to make this a catchphrase. A friend of mine sent word that he needs capable adventure, you see, and I naturally thought of you. Who's this friend, you ask? Well, none other than Commodore Rayner of the Yellow Jackets. Sorry, I can't help but think of, James Rayner, StarCraft, yeah. Spelled slightly differently. He and I met back when I first started out as a culinarian, and we've been friends ever since. Anyway, I'd appreciate if you paid him a visit and inquire as to what he needs doing. Find him in the Coral Tower with his yellow jackets. Urain of Reverend Toll looks as if she's seen a ghost. Ah! Forgive me, my friend. Forgive me, friend. I was chilling encounter has my nerves on edge. I was traveling through the shroud when a man accosted me out of nowhere, his eyes darting wildly in fear. He spoke of a haunted mansion from which the tortured screams of young maidens could be heard day and night. Hawkette Manor, was it? Huket Manor, yes. Oh, what's that? You purged the self-same manse of its unholy inhabitants some time ago? That's curious indeed. The man recounted the events as if it had happened not days ago. While it would put my heart at ease to know his tale was but a fancy born of too many flagons of meat, for so had not the air of a drunk or a liar. Perhaps you know someone who could shed light on the matter. I've never done Amitabor Keep. I've actually only got the quest to actually even unlock it. So there is a lot of quests to for hard mode dungeons there, and one hard mode raid. I need to have Magitek armor. You can now summon the Magitek armor mount. This suit of Garlean-developed Reaper-class Magitek battle armor has had its original control systems purged and replaced with a new modified core built by Sid of the Garland Ironworks. Key. Southbourne has a seemingly urgent message for you. Greetings, Drumcran. You came at just the right time. Visitors waiting for you in the workshop. Friend of Sid, it seems. Realizing your preoccupation with other matters of importance, suggests you wait at 7th Heaven until your arrival, but she refuses to leave. For you might have a very brash client on your hands, friend. Are you ready to go inside? If you're waiting, will only make her more irritable. Wonder who it is. Jesse. Wasn't that the yeah, in Final Fantasy VII. That was one of the names of the Barrett's guys, as was Biggs and Wedge. And she seemingly dressed like them too. Well, the Biggs and Wedge we know in this game. I think, doesn't she have to say, didn't the Jesse in 7 have a similar headpiece? I know, it just looks weird, and I'm just... whatever. I'm vaguely remembering the game. I'm remembering bits and pieces, and it's just like... I want to say we saw a cutscene with her in it, and she had a weird thing on her face, but... Maybe I'm just tired and hallucinating. Well, not hallucinating, but misremembering, what have you. Got my eyes on you. So you're a master of Teldros, eh? Took you long enough. The name's Jesse, deputy president of Garland Ironworks. Don't look too impressed now. In truth, I'm not more than an engineer, but thanks to you, filling Master Garland's head with them damnful ideas of heroism and saving the realm, there's no one else around to fill his golden breeches. That's an interesting phrasing. Normally it's fill his shoes. Filling his pants means... Apparently she shits in her boss's pants. Good to know. We've been busting our collective arses on these orders from Highwind Skyways, and they're still only scraping by. Real problem is, when Master Garland's gone, productivity's dropped like the knickers on a stone's throw strumpet. The government will be in deep if something ain't done. That's why I'm here. Sure, our mechanists have made their fair share of chronometers and plasma lamps, but we need something grand, something that will have clients on their knees literally begging us to take out their sparkling gill. I want you to show me the magic armor you borrowed from our friends the Garleans. Yes, I know all about your foray into the Praetorium. Thank Biggs and Wedge for that. I reckon there's a lot we can learn from that Reaper. And after all you've done to strike Master Garland, they say you owe us this much, owe us that much and more. Though at the same time, the fact that the Ironworks even still exists, you know, means you owe me, wouldn't it? But, yeah. Clearly the game is not going to give me an option to point that out. I wave my fist impudently. This is amazing. Do you even know what you have here? Listen, that's a Cerulean engine. Never heard anything so sweet. And that several mechanisms should be... Wait, a mammoth core? Why didn't I think of that? So easy to come by. Mass production will be as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Or cores from a mammoth. But what in the 7 bloody hells have you done to the cannon's poor convergence modulator? Burnt it out firing victory rounds after slaying some family of rabid squirrels, no doubt. To wonder old Sutus in a steaming pile of molten slag. Such a waste. What in Boater's name are you looking at? You need something to fix your prying eyes on? Try the wall. Can we get back to Biggs and Wedge? She's just belligerent. Anyway, I can't bear to see such a fine piece of work in such a starry state. Patch her up as best I can, but you'll need to gather the parts needed for the job. Think of it as one of them adventures you seem so keen on. I make number 49 Magitek converter, and I make 50 Magitek oscillators should do the trick. Oh, and a Magitek cannon barrel, make 51. Okay, I can't guarantee she'll be as good as new, but at least she'll be in better shape than she's in now, which ain't saying much. Eyes on me, Drum Crane, I ain't done with you yet. That is, unless you know the whereabouts one might stumble across a spare converter, oscillator, and a cannon barrel. No, didn't think so. Here's a hint, it rhymes with cast from Century. See, Garling made technology is what we're after, and I can't think of a better place than to find some. Off with you now. You only are just poor with numbers. I'm assuming the latter. So listen up, we need a Magitek converter for 49, oscillator 50, and Magitek cannon barrel 51. I want to write that down unless you're poor with letters to boot. From Custom Century. No stopping to sniff sunflowers. Breaks my heart every second I have to think about that armor in such a sorry shape. I'm happy doing this quest as long as we get a chance to throw her in the furnace. Ooh, I don't have anything up that high. Don't know you, don't care to. Best be on your way before my hammer finds your backside. Oh, friendly. Do I switch? Are you friendlier? No. I guess going by Guiding Star, I have to be like 50. Probably have to do a quest to talk to him. What level? Oh, I have to just be Disciple with a hand. Nah, I don't care enough. Oh, simply to die for. Can't you see I'm taking that off with you? Alice sent you, did she? Scoff. And I suppose you just happened to mention me contract with Rowena, eh? I thought she'd be satisfied with me vintage gear. There was a time I practically flew off the shelves, bringing adventures with tombstones by the bucket, but now... You damn divas are a fickle lot, and apparently none of you'll be caught dead in me stuff no more. Now I've got Rowena jumping down me throat, clamouring for something new. Something the realm ain't here to see. One expects too bloody much, I tell you. But if I don't fill me contract, you'll have tugs fitting me boots for feet throughout boots. When I'm pissed out bright ideas each don't like I did me ale. Hold your bird. Horsebirds, I know you from somewhere. You're one of them adventurers that what started the bloody relic armor movement way back when, ain't ye? As I live and breathe. Try it as I might, and holy hells did I try, I wasn't able to recreate the masterworks. There's something about him, certain quality even the great Elganorf ain't gonna match. I suppose one can never truly rival the classics, eh? But I was, you sly shrew, that's why you sent this one. You wanted him to remind me of the days when armor craft was about the armor, not else. Somewhere along the way, I reckon I got caught up in the hurry burrow and lost me way. You know, I reckon it's high time I got back to basics. Focus more on who'll be wearing me gear than the pretty tall and the pretty tail and the Miqo'te selling me the parts. Might be. Then I could come up with something that will satisfy the old Rowena. Cheers, lad. Just kinda you stop by. And while you're here now, how about I fix up your own set of relic gear? My assistant Cowtown can augment each and every piece. Of course, assuming you can bring them the proper parts and running charity. Don't go forgetting your gear neither. Now trade with Kakalan. After obtaining the appropriate augmentation item, you can exchange it with regular along with artifact armor for augmented artifact armor, which unlike regular relic armor can be dyed any color of your choice. Please note, the augmentation item required will vary depending on what you want to change. DOW, DOM, DOM. Oh, it's remember the set I was getting bit by bit through the Dragoon quests? Yeah, I've got Worm's gear. Disciple Ward, Disciple Magic. And here's the Worm's gear. While this suit is far too old and battered to survive any further battles, collectors have been known to pay sizable sums for similar pieces. So you can easily just buy any of these items if you can get some antique gear. Antique items. No idea how you get those. Welcome to the Diamond Forge. Here we have but one goal, to offer the services of our crafting facilities in accordance with the wishes of sounds of it will be sent here at some stage for the XIV. I can talk to these. We deal in objects both rare and peculiar. If you find such oddities in your travels, then bring them to me and we'll talk business. Well, the business is in fact run by Rowana, and we've stocked the shelves, but one day, all that will change. I'm sorry, but kind of wait. I'm rather busy right now with one of Rowana's thankless tasks. Have you come for books, or are you just here to sniff about Ul'dah? Primal gear. Blood splattered mark log. A list of elite marks slain by the log's owner before the owner herself was slain. Unstained mark log. A list of elite marks slain by the log's owner before the owner herself fled the battlefield to hunt another day. Odin's mantle, removed from the back of the primal elder primal Odin. This heavy mantle is fit for a god. Damn the armor on that. Don't no idea what was happening there. So yeah, here's all the these things. Wish I could filter it so it's only the stuff I can goddamn actually use. But yeah, I could, for you know, go buy a few of these pieces, because they are better than what I have. What I have is only 90. How many bits could I purchase though? Other. Okay, I can just use these straight out. Well, this one, it's only, you need something else with it. His mother was either lost in a terrible hunting accident, or perhaps just lost. Despite the striking similarities, Spriggans are not related to rabbits, but they've been known to, but they have been known to eat them. Probably trained not to. Sorry, I got distracted. Eradicate, regurgitate, explorate, or flatulate. I know the promise received from Moana for the delivery of elegant tomestones of poetics. Presumably that's useful for some turn-ins for items, but I have no idea what. Carbon coat is used for upgrading some stuff. Some particular thing. I vaguely remember seeing a bit about that earlier. Special arms. So I need that on the marketplace. Yeah, why not? Okay, there's the helmet.